There we go. I think that's correct. Let's just see what's happening. Oh, it's going to take ages. There we go. I think that's correct. Let's just see what's happening. Oh, it's going to take ages. Nothing's working. Working hotkey. Oh god, I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you tell that I don't know what I'm doing? Probably. Alright, so the microphone's working, I think. It's this overlay box here that's supposed to show stuff. Alright, well maybe we'll leave that. I don't know. Alright, well that's not the point of this. It's probably quite annoying seeing that box there, but anyway. I need to edit this stream because we are not playing Fernbus. This is a sad time for all of us. Having to sort out this shitty model. Right, here we go. Let's just put the description. Yeah, my links are the same. Lovely jubbly. Sadness. This is going to be the stream name, description. Okay. What? Are you not happy with that? There we go. Hold on, let me see if I can get this working. Because that should show the chat. Show custom overlay. Oh, no. Oh god. Why am I doing this live? Nobody should be watching. Please don't watch. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no. I was supposed to be modelling, not trying to work out how to get this to work. Oh no. Yeah, that thumbnail's completely wrong. Hold on. Oh god, the new editors are weird and stuff. Oh, I don't know. So it's got to be in streaming, right? No, is it not? It's not, is it? No, of course it's not. See, this box should show the chat, unless there's nothing in the chat. I don't know. There probably isn't actually. That's a good point. Okay, that's fine. We'll just assume there's nothing in the chat and leave that there. Yeah, that's fine. That'll do. Okay, we'll close this for now. Oh, the thumbnail. God, why did this? Alright, cancel. Alright, save that for now. Get the thumbnail. Let's change this rubbish. That's definitely not right. Yeah, that'll do. Oh no, it's file is bigger than 2 megabytes. Damn it! Ah! Nothing's going right. Right, let's get one of these. And I don't know. Probably put it in GIMP and compress it a bit. I do apologise. You really shouldn't be watching if you are, because this is dull. Right. Oh yeah, we always have to add some contrast. Bit of brightness, bit of contrast. You know, goes a long way these days. Sorry. Let's go to... Oh, wait, that's not right. Oh god, my file structure is horrible. Yeah, YouTube images, thumbnails. Yeah, that'll do. Definitely don't want a PNG. You want it to be a massively compressed JPEG. Let's go for like 80%. That's all we need. Okay. That should be fine. Oh goodness. Right. So we're gonna change this. Most of the stuff's going on my other monitor, so don't worry if you can see this. I hope you can't. What is that? Whoa! File Explorer just crashed because I tried to open an image that I don't even know where it came from. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, we'll delete that. Come on, where are we? Thumbnails. There we go. Whoops. Wait, is that? Oh. Oh goodness. YouTube image, thumbnails. Okie dokie. Right, that'll do. I'm not going to do any more of this for now because it's just wasting time. I'll check there's nothing in the chat and then we'll be good to go. But I really don't know why I'm streaming because I'm just so stressed with this model. It's a disaster. I'm actually quite fed up with it, but oh well. You have to get through it to get what you want, I guess. Right, there we go. That'll do for now. I haven't made any changes. Okay, here we go. Is this working? YouTube. Now, it might be buffering, so I might have to change it. In fact, what's the resolution like? Just so stressed with this model. It's a disaster. I'm actually quite fed up with it, but oh well. You have to get through it to get what you want, I guess. Oh, the microphone's clipping and everything. I don't know why that's going on. Oh god. Right, there we go. That'll do for now. I haven't made any changes. Okay. Yep, shut up. Lovely. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't buffer. I honestly don't know. Also, I don't know why this chat window doesn't work. It's a mystery. Anyway, okay, right, let's get going. Why am I opening Discord? I don't know. I guess have a look what's going on. I'll just let him know in case he's not in here. Oh god. Okie dokie. Right. Okay. Let's get going. I've got some music actually. I don't know how loud this is, but oops. Yeah, that'll do. It should be copyright free. If it's not, well, we'll be sad. Let's have a look at the chat. Hello, I just wanted to say thanks for being a great inspiration. My dad died recently, and it's been tough watching you really happen. Oh goodness, I'm really sorry. That's quite sad actually. Well, I'm glad I helped you. I mean, I haven't really uploaded a lot in a while, so I will look into doing more soon, but honestly this has just taken way too much of my time. Yeah, that sucks. I remember my hamster died. That was pretty sad. I was really sad about that. That was just a hamster that only lives for like 2 years. How attached can you get to an animal in 2 years? Clearly a lot. Hi, Noble Deluxe Gamer. And there we go. Right, so here we are. This is... I hope the microphone's not horrible. Let's check the live stream's still updating. Because I am uploading at 1080p, which might be a bit too high, but I want you to be able to see all the, information and stuff. But one thing that I would like to inform you of is that this looks disgusting. In case you don't use Blender, this is what models look like before you've rendered them or put them into like a game engine. They generally look pretty shocking, but it's just something you have to get used to. Also, one thing you'll notice, which is what causes the main issues, is if you look at these windows, have you noticed something about them? Right. Okay, now you probably don't, but all the windows are white for a reason. Now, what should happen is, say I was to make like a box. Okay, let's make a box. I don't know what I'm adding this to. I've got to be really careful. So let's save a new file. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just in case I do anything disastrous. Yeah, these are all the save files. Don't look at all that. That's pretty stupid. But anyway, I'll just add a cube and I'll show you. Right, so say you were to make a cube, and then you were to, like, I don't know, inset the sides and make like a little window. Right. And you see there's a hole, okay? Now, that's what you would expect. You'd like to be able to see through it. Now, what I've done, kind of stupidly, but I was thinking I was being really smart in it. So I was thinking, do you know what? Instead of actually modeling the windows, because you know how that takes time and effort, right? I thought I would just use textures to make the windows. So basically, these windows are just textures. So there's actually not really a hole here. But if you go, and now I don't want to show you rendered view, because what will happen is the stream will probably stutter like mad, because it has to do a lot of processing. But essentially, because this picture, or because this bitmap is basically a PNG, it means that I've just made holes where the windows should be. But that was a really bad idea, because that has created so many issues. It's actually unbelievable. I cannot begin to explain it. It's unbelievable. I have a question. May you add me on Discord? My name is Shay Mac 009. Okay. If not, it's fine. Yeah, I'll add you. I don't see why not. You seem like a nice guy. Actually, how do you add people on Discord? I think it's somewhere here. Friends. Add friend. There you go. And then that. I think that's how you do it. I hope so. Oh, I don't know. Is that not right? I don't know. Should there be a space there? Don't show I don't know. I don't know why I can't add you. I'm not completely sure how to do this. I'm not really a massive Discord guy. I don't really use Discord a whole lot. Have I done something wrong? I don't know. Is there a space? Alright, well, I'm not too sure why that's not working. Maybe I've already sent it. I don't know. Could you send me one? How do I show you my thing? Yeah, so that's... I'll put it in the chat. Oh goodness, that's gone all weird. I don't know if you can send me one. I'm not really sure if I'm doing it wrong. But yeah, anyway, right. So let's just quit Discord temporarily. Actually, as long as it doesn't keep going off, but that could get annoying. Also, I really want this chat window to work. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check. I do apologise. I'm kind of just wasting time. I'm sort of delaying the inevitable doom that I'm going to have when I'm trying to model this train. So, oh goodness. Let me just check something. Stream. Oh goodness. It's an overlay thing, isn't it? Right, I'll leave this on screen so you have something to look at. Oh god. Help me. I don't know what to do. Right, show chat is on, right? So that's... So I type something in the chat. Right, I just put something random, right? Right, so does that come up in the chat now? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's lovely. That is fantastic. This is all going well. Can you tell? Can you tell it's going well? Chat over size, chat font, so chat height. I mean, it should all be working. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just like... You know how streams have like a code thing, right? Yeah, I have no idea. You know how they have like a code thing you have to type in? This doesn't seem to have a setting for that. So that's interesting. So maybe that's why it's not working. It's not receiving anything. Oh god, no, don't do that. Alright, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll just turn off the chat for now, because I can see it on my right monitor, so you don't need to see your own chat messages. That's kind of pointless, right? So, oh, you've corrected it. Okie dokie. Let me copy that. Where's Discord? Yeah, send that. Yeah, boys, it's worked. Alright, okay, perfect. Anyway, so, here we are. What is this for? This is for the game I'm working on, which is Virtual Underground, as you can see. Hopefully I haven't spelled that wrong, that'd be quite embarrassing. But basically, as you can see, the cab is like the last thing. I've left it to last, and it's horrible. Oh god, by the way, you're going to have to excuse the camera controls. They're pretty gnarly in in Blender. But basically, yeah. I've had so many issues getting this model to work. It's just like, do you know what? I hate modeling. I don't know. I like it. It's a good pastime, but when you're making something as big and complex as a train, it sort of gets so bland by the end of it. Like, I've got to the point where now I'm just like, I want to get it done as quickly as possible. I'm not even interested in the model itself. I just want to get it done. So, like, this train doesn't even look nice to me anymore. It's just such a sore sight to see. I've seen it so much that how many times did I say S there? That was like alliteration heaven. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Anyway, so the issue I'm having is these windows here, as you can see. Now, there's already some sort of bleeding here on the edge where the basically any of the white, like the bright white, is where the window's going to be. Now I'll try and show you, but the stream might break up. But basically, and I'm not sure if you can be able to hear me because it's going to go stuttery probably. But let's see. Come on. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty slow, especially when I'm streaming. But it's so hard to see. What am I doing with my life? No. Right. So you can see if the lights were bright enough, you'd be able to see. Obviously, I've added the no smoking signs. They've also got to be sorted out. There's no transparency to them yet. That would be an easy fix. But basically, what you can see is, now, unless you're in 1080p, you probably won't be able to see this at all. But you see along here, like where my mouse is, there's like, it's sort of cutting through the outer shell of the train, which is, oh god, I'm about explaining things. But basically, because I'm using textures, the model doesn't go all the way through, which means I've got an inner shell and outer shell piece. So I can sort of demonstrate this. So if I pull this out, you can see that the outer shell is sort of like this bit here, you know, the outside. And then, although they are connected, they are actually two separate images, which means that I can actually show you the pictures because that'd be easier to explain probably. I'm the worst at explaining things, especially when there's people listening. This is why I don't make tutorial videos very often, because I'm really bad at saying things. But you see, for example, like the front of the train, this is like, the first one actually wasn't going to have a door that was interactable, and I was like, well, that's stupid. So obviously I gave up on that idea. So I added this, but you can see all the white areas are just the places where there is going to be, you know, a gap. So the lights are actually separate models entirely. I might have gone a bit overboard with that, but what can you do? It's just, you know, it's life. But one thing I'm having to be really careful with is the number of vertices here. So if we see in the top it says 114,000. Now that's not too bad. Oh god, I just realised how ugly that looks. Oh, that's so nasty. No, go back. Oh god. But basically, yeah, as I was explaining before, this here, if I select that, right. So if these are like the trims that go around the inside of the window, so that way, when you look into the train, you don't just see a hole between the windows. So right now, if I was to go into rendered view, what you'll see is, again, because of the lighting, I've redone the lighting, so it's really dark now. In preparation for when I put it in the engine, the lighting's kind of pointless in Blender because that's not what I intend on using the train. I intend on putting it in the Unreal Engine. But the point is that down here there's a gap. Now that looks not too bad in Blender, but once it goes into the Unreal Engine, because it uses something called normals. Now, if you don't know what normals are, I can show you again another demonstration. Here we go, demonstrations.com. Right, so if we bring up the normals, face normals, right, so this little blue tiny line that you probably can't even see represents the direction of the face. And essentially, if you look at this face from this side, you won't see anything. But if you look down on it, the face that the normal is facing, then you'll be able to actually see what's on the model. So essentially, what happens is there'll be nothing there. You'll just be able to see straight through the train, which is why I need those trims. But they are such a pain to design. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, they look okay here. To be fair, they don't look too bad, but the problem is they just don't line up, and it's a sad time. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and fix in this in this stream. So here we go. Let's actually do something now. Actually, I'll check your messages first. Actually, let me delete that. Sup boy, hello JH Train Spotter. Nice speaking to you. It's a shame you can't speak back in person, but maybe in Discord at some point. Encoder, you mean? Which can be friends online? Oh yeah, I actually haven't added you yet. That's a good point. Alright, well, we'll sort that out later. Thanks, man. You seem like such a cool person. Thank you. I'm only a little kid, and I love how I like sort of do it in my own like not. I genuinely say it. Oh, that's so weird. I didn't even realize to do it. And honestly, I'll send you something. Oh, well. Well, you probably wouldn't bump into it every day because I don't go outside a lot. So yeah, that's the sad truth. I don't like people in general. In real life, I like friends, but not like general people. I despise them. They're just like, ugh. I don't know. I'm just, I think I'm a nasty person. No. Anyway, right, let's stop rambling, because we should actually probably do something. Maybe I'm like, hello, everyday world. Did you already message? Yeah, you did. What is this for? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is for my Virtual Underground Gaming. I think I already said that. Anyway. Right, so now this is going to be tedious. You probably won't want to watch this, but I'm literally just going to keep talking for the sake of, like, my sanity. So I've got to bring up my reference images. I can't drag this over to show you, I don't think, but window. Oh, here we go. So, alright, so this is how I use my reference images. So basically I have this infinite canvas. It's actually a really cool piece of software. But basically how it works is you just get an image and you just plonk it straight on here, and it shows its size based on its resolution. So for instance, this image is super high resolution, so I can look in at all the tiny little details, and that's how I sort of work out where to put things. Yeah, it's not particularly, difficult to come up with. I think the software is the tricky bit, not working out where to put things. But yeah, so I think what I'll probably do is I'll leave the window trims for now, and we'll focus on just doing the cabin, because I think that'll be more interesting, and the windows are just going to stress me out, so we'll sort them out at some point. Oh my goodness. Dear me. Maybe Discord wasn't a good idea. Now I'll leave it on. But anyway, yeah. I think I'll put this back up as a YouTube video probably afterwards. We'll see. Right, let's maximize this window. There we go. Lovely. Now, I can't actually see the chat anymore, which is probably a bit of a poor idea on my behalf. So maybe, yeah, we'll just make this smaller. Oopsie, no, don't minimize it. Right, we'll just sort of have this floating over here and that over there. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll just plonk that. Oh, that's going to get annoying. Yeah, that's fine. Right. I've got a chat here as well. That's quite cool. But the chat is a little bit far down. That's interesting. I promise you, I'll get, I'll do something in a minute. Because if I spent this long like messing about when I'm actually modeling, we would never get anywhere. I promise you. Right. Right. There we go. Is that working? No, it's not. Oh, okay. See, this is why I don't do streams. Nothing works. I also can't see how many people are watching, so if I end up talking to myself, well, that's fine. Because then if it goes up as a video, it makes sense anyway. Right. So, seeing as I probably messed something up while I was demonstrating there, I'm just going to close this and reopen Blender. Right. Okie dokie. Now, please, if you've used Blender before, what I just did was really inefficient, so shh, don't say anything. Right. If I'm just doing that, it's probably because I'm looking at the chat. Right. Okay, how many times am I going to say right before I do something? So one thing that I tend to spend a lot of time doing is sort of organizing this, looking at the, you know, sort of the objects that I've got and working out where things should be grouped, because basically you can, when you do when you set a modifier for something, for example, subdivision modifier, like, God, if you haven't heard of these terms, you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. Right, so, for instance, if I was to turn this off, oh, God. If I was to turn this off, that looks horrendous. It just looks like a big square. And then when I turn it on to a higher level, it uses more performance, but it looks better. So, yeah. Another thing you'll also probably notice is as I go, I generally delete the underside of things. If you're looking forward to the game, maybe this isn't the thing to watch, because you're going to see like all the stuff you probably don't want to see. But basically, yeah, trains. Most models in games don't look particularly good from underneath because I'm trying to save on performance. So yeah. Anyway, right. Why is this going? This message is held for review. Oh, okay. What can I do? Let's see what it says. Potentially inappropriate. Okie dokie. Let's see what it says then, shall we? He's saying about giving me a shout out, and it thought it was inappropriate. Wow, that is hilarious. Yeah, of course you can show that. What's going on? Do you know? Do you know? Right? Do you want to know a fun fact? Right? I'm gonna blow all your minds right now. Okay. My name is not Mike. Did you know that? I hope you knew that. You probably didn't know that, to be fair. But yeah, I actually, honestly have. I don't know if I've ever said it. I think I've said it on the channel once, but yeah, it's not Mike. It's not even Michael. I know, right? How ridiculous, right? Anyway, let's get the. So basically, if you look at the front of the train, there's this box. Oh. Where's a good picture? That's probably okay. You see there's like a number box here. Now, I don't actually... I know that it's, you know, sort of identifying that train, but I don't quite know what it's for. So we are going to model it, but I'm going to probably just set it up to display a random number in-game. Yeah, that is weird. I don't actually know what that's for. I probably should have done my research, shouldn't I? But honestly, I don't think it's worth it because... I can't imagine that it's too fundamental. What's my name? Oh, couldn't tell you that. That'd be secrets. You know, can't tell you secrets. No, my name's actually Jordan. In case you were not aware, just because I basically the story is, the reason I didn't name my channel like after that is for starters I thought sort of. But my middle name is Michael, so I thought, well, that sort of is a little bit easier to remember. If you just shorten that to Mike, it's like easy to stick in your brain. But I didn't, basically, when I created this channel, I was still in secondary school, and there are some plebs in secondary school, right? And I didn't really want everybody knowing that that was my channel. I don't know, I just didn't really. It's just it is interesting now I think about it. I'm not too sure why, but basically, yeah. So I was like, okay, well I'm not gonna name it my first name, and nobody at secondary school knew my second name. No, yeah, my middle name. So I was like, oh well. I'm gonna really struggle to talk now and model because I usually struggle to model like well anyway. But yeah, I'm not exactly the world's best 3D artist, but yeah, you see how things sort of. Oh my goodness, I'm pressing all the wrong keys. I will warn you, this is my first stream, so doing modelling, so I can imagine it's going to be a bit horrific. But yeah, basically, the story is that, yeah, I basically just didn't want people knowing my channel. So there you go. But now I really couldn't care less. So basically, I'm still going to leave it as Mike Simulation. I don't want to change my YouTube channel now, especially because I've made my banner, like, you know, out of the name, and that took a fair while to make. So it's a class 170 323. It's that 323, the last few numbers. Huh? Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, what? I don't get it. Hold on, you're gonna have to explain that to me. I'm not too sure. Anyway. So this is gonna be, now you're gonna see the materials are quite bare bones. But yeah, I don't know why it keeps hiding messages. Oh my goodness, you've written like 50 million messages in 5 seconds. Okay. But yeah, we're just gonna... I'm sort of trying to work out the best scale of it, because it doesn't quite go to the edge. Now, I definitely don't want this to be sticking off the edge, so I'm going to be quite careful with how I do this. But... oh god, the thing is, I wish I made the windows like holes now, because it would have been so much easier. I think that's about right. Would you mind having this? I mean, I pretty much sound 13, so that's fair enough. I was 13 once, did you know that? Do you know what? You should really try modelling, Shay. It's actually really good. But it's also the world's most frustrating thing of all time, so you have to be willing to get through the hard times to get what you want done. I mean, who says we're not friends? I think everybody here is technically friends, right? I don't see why not. Oh god, why is this not working? I've got to go underneath, haven't I? Yeah, of course I have. Wait, that's not even the right... No, okay. Right, let's just squeeze our camera into here and grab this vertice. Or this edge, sorry. Do you know what? I'm an idiot. I could have just moved the whole thing. See, this is where I shouldn't be streaming, because I'm just going to do stupid things and you're going to laugh at me. Well, you should be laughing at me, but maybe you're not too used to seeing people do modelling, so maybe you won't think it's hilariously bad, but I do. Right, now this is where I struggle with. I don't actually know. Now, it sounds silly, but I don't know exactly how high this is. So I'm going to have to sort of look at the front of the train, work out how high it is in the pictures, and then sort of make a guesstimate as to whereabouts that is. Also, another thing that's annoying is you see these images that I'm using. They sort of contradict themselves. Like, for instance, if we look at this one here, the emergency brake is sort of just sitting there on the table. But on this one, it's like on an extra pillar. So I'm a bit like, I know for sure this is the newer model. So I'm definitely going to use that one. But yeah. Right. Yeah, Blender. It's the best software. Sure, one time we can go on a VC. What's a VC? I actually don't know what a VC is. I'm going to make an estimate and say that's probably about right. About there. It's probably about right. And then slap that over there. Lovely. Now, this sort of... the front of it sort of dips in. Right, we're just... hold on. We might have to move this to another layer because this is getting annoying. Yeah, so while we do the top, we're gonna... or the front of it, we're gonna move it to another layer. Right. What are we doing here? So this has... I'm probably going to set this to be glass, to be honest. So let's make that glass. Ooh, or should I? I don't think it's worth the performance and stuff to set it as a separate material. My brother's probably going to come in my room and be like, "What are you doing? Why are you streaming, you pleb?" And I'd be like, "Well, because I am a pleb and I like being a pleb." Right, okay, should I... See, I'm not satisfied with that. Yeah, do you know what? Forget that. We'll move this down. Right, so we need to add one about the same there. We're gonna extrude this inwards. Oh yeah, subdivision's on. Hold on. And I don't really know how far back this goes, to be honest. But probably about there. And that's just where the numbers are gonna go. I don't think I need to spend too much more time on that. I think that'll do. And then I'll just use... I'll just probably colour some text orange and just be done with it. Because I don't think this is worth spending too much time on. Because you have to spend your time wisely when you're making models, because otherwise you could be there all day. Right, so that's probably about deep enough. So if we... yeah, so that looks horrible now. That's fine. I'm so glad I'm not doing those windows, because that would just stress me the hell out. Now, it doesn't look perfect, and you can probably see the problem with that, but I'm a bit worried if I add too much geometry, it'll be unnecessarily performance heavy. You see what I'm doing here is just by adding that, if we look at how many vertices, we are now on 2,000 just because, well, it probably wasn't that high before, so that's probably okay. Yeah, that'll do. Right, and save it every so often in case bad stuff happens. Well, 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 how can I help you? Right. I think that's good. Nice bit taller. What? You can't speak? Honestly. My brother is the worst. We should get him to do the modelling instead. So I've never considered doing the class-based subweb. Actually, just getting a drink. Hold on. I totally didn't just drip water all down my t-shirt. Definitely not. That would be absurd. Do you know what? There aren't many pictures of this cab, to be honest with you. It's pretty ridiculous how few there are. Yeah, I think I'm going to need the luck, to be honest, Jeffrey. That's for sure. Because those windows are actually going to drive me mad. It's ridiculous. my brother should read out the chat for me. That would be so much easier. He should sit here and read out the chat. Yeah, you can hear me drinking. That's I literally moved as close to the microphone as possible when I did that as well, without even realising it. Oh god, that's quite hilarious actually. Oh yeah, look at that. That's disgusting. But keep in mind, you're never going to be able to go down here because oh, that's something I might need to check. What's the crouch height? Oh, what is the crouch height? I don't know. So what have we got? So when we're right, so you now keep in mind you're like 6 foot in the Unreal Engine, so or I think specifically 6'2". So that'll be you'll be literally touching up against the top of this here, because I'm 6'5". So and I literally if I don't bend my head down, I'll probably smack myself and I'll just literally break my neck. I don't know. Anyway, point is that if you were to see, I've got to be really careful with the collisions as well because you might not be able to fit through the whole train, so that'd be quite sad. But I think your height's going to be about here, and I think the crouched height is only like a third less, so you probably be about here. And then if we go back to here, can we? No, you definitely can't see that, so I think we'll be okay. We're going to have to create another material for this. Let's go metal. I like to name things like, you see how I've done like cab metal blue and stuff, so I'm just going to go cab metal grey. So I think it is grey. I'll say that's grey. Would you say it's grey? I'd say it's grey. Wow, I'm told. Yeah, I know, right? Honestly, I used to get the Jubilee line every day, and I would almost always like scrape my hair on the doorway. So if I wasn't careful, I would just lose my scalp. Anyway, now the fun part, the sarcastic fun part. Also, you're gonna hear my brother shouting now because he's home. He does a 9-to-5 job. Maybe I'll do a 9-to-5 job one day because I don't think I'm ever gonna make money from this, but we'll see. I might have to start looking into like some sort of Patreon thing because I can't do this forever, unfortunately. I'm sort of just living off my brother and my mum at the moment because I'm not getting any income. I'm getting a few things from like my S-Stock model that I sell on Turbo Squid, but I only sell it for like $6, so and then I only get like £1.90 from that once it converts and once they take their cut. Anyway, let me just sort out the UV for this UV map. I'm trying to make sure it's alright. Let's chuck this down here. Something doesn't look right. Oh no, that's good, that's good. Do you know, I actually learned something quite amazing recently. I didn't know this. It's just pretty hilarious. But if you can literally just select the object you want to change the shading of, and if you press Control F, there's something here. There's something here called Shade Smooth and Shade Flat. Now before, the way I used to do it is I'd bring up this panel here by pressing T, and there's a button here that says Shading, and you've got Smooth and Flat, but that's for the whole object. So if I say Shade Smooth now, you see how that looks much nicer and smooth. But some objects you don't actually want to be smooth, like for instance doors, because they're mostly flat, you really don't want that to be smooth, because otherwise it sort of goes wibbly. So now I actually learned that you can select each thing individually. So now I could shade that smooth if I wanted to. Obviously that's not very useful in this case, but I'm sure I'll use that at some point during the stream. I live at station with Jubilee and Metropolitan. Oh, okay. That's why I want you to have Metropolitan Overground. The thing is Armstrong Powerhouse already has done like loads of the Metropolitan line. They plan on doing that. So I'm trying to do something that hasn't been done particularly. Oh, I don't want to say well. It's the you know how they've got, oh, I don't know what it is. There's a line that you can get for Train Simulator where you have the oh, that looks disgusting. Oh yeah, of course it does. But you know how there's a line, I think it's Great Western Main Line? No, oh, I don't know what it is. But anyway, point is there's a line on Train Simulator, a payware route, and that includes the Bakerloo line, but it's sort of, I want to put a lot more care into the stations, and I want to be able to make above ground areas as well, so you can walk up there, and like the thing I'm most excited for is Oxford Street, definitely. Now you're not going to be able to walk down the whole street, that would be ridiculous, that would take me the rest of my life, but you are going to be able to sort of walk out the station a little bit and just see you know, what it's like, and sort of give you an idea of what it would be to be in London if you've never been there. So that's my idea, because I should be able to find all the images I need on Google, but if I need to, I can go and pop down there and have a look, because I don't live too far from London. It's like a 45-minute train journey, which isn't too bad. Mike is a rooster. Oh, that's nice. What is a rooster? I mean, I know what a rooster is. I mean, like, that's something I haven't heard before. I haven't heard somebody say that. I am indeed a rooster. My voice is super squeaky from age 13. I sound like a chipmunk. Nice. I think my voice did. I still sound like a chipmunk. You can make it better. Chilton, you mean? No. Well, yeah, I think Chilton's included in it. But, I don't know. No, it's not. The bit that includes the Bakerloo line is, I don't know. If you look it up on YouTube, look up Bakerloo Line Train Simulator, it'll show you it. I'm so excited for Queen's Park. Yeah, that's the bit I'm not excited for, because that's going to be a lot of work. See, that's the thing. What you guys think is exciting is the opposite to what I find exciting, because I know that I'm going to have to do the work, and that's, like, scary. But I'm going to do each station individually, so it should sort of break it up. Anyway, there's the UV map for that. It's a little bit warped, but it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to texture it. It's just going to be a material. Now, you can see it's sort of got these lines on it, but unfortunately I don't have the time to add all that detail. Obviously, I feasibly do, but it would take me too long and you'd never see the game. So, lol, that's a lot of lols, my goodness. A chicken. Yeah, I know, yeah. I know what a rooster is, but obviously, I'm just saying, like, in that context, it doesn't really make sense to me. Right, let's move this down a little bit, just in case. Like, you know, don't ask me why. It makes me feel better, okay? I'll shut this door, hold on. Just so you don't hear him screaming. Alright, that looks a bit funny. Oh yeah, that's right. Anyway, now you see how this sort of... You know how that looks nicer, right? You might not be able to tell, but that definitely looks nicer with 2 subdivisions, but I don't think the performance is worth it. So right now we're at 2,000 vertices. If we press 2, yeah, see, that goes up to 8,000. Oh, goodness. The train is only like 150,000 right now. Could you imagine that? Nobody's computer will be able to run this. So, and don't forget, we've got to have like 6 or 7 more. Obviously, it's not going to be quite as detailed as this, because you haven't got a cabin on the other passenger cars, or the non-drive units, but it's still going to be performance heavy. I say a lot. Mike, you're awesome. You have a sense of humour. Oh, thank you. I mean, no, everybody says I don't have a sense of humour. So, do you know what? Oh, do you know what's funny? Is before I left my college. Oh yeah, basically left my college because I hated it. No, I didn't hate it, but the people in it were just disruptive and they ruined the whole class. I sort of liked the program aspects, but apart from that, my IT college work was just getting too much, and I sort of just lost the enthusiasm to do it. So I was like, and I couldn't force myself to go anymore. As much as I loved getting the Jubilee line every day, it was just too much. But yeah, basically, I used to like do this thing where I would say something that isn't funny, and I still do it, but it's not, you know, it doesn't matter. Whereas when I was in college, I did this thing where I would like say something and I would do this sort of unnecessary laugh, but it wasn't intentional, and my teacher was thinking that I was mocking her or something like that, and she used to go mad, and basically, yeah, she sort of was angry. Well, basically, I was classed as, you know how like in school you have the clown of the class and stuff? Well, I was never that, and I never intended on being that, but basically I ended up being that by accident because she thought that I was, you know, trying to be a clown, whereas obviously I was just trying to do my work. And basically I was talking to people next to me, and the way I did it, obviously to her, made her think that I was sort of trying to take the piss a bit, but I wasn't. So yeah, basically it was hilarious, and our teacher changed like 4 times. It was ridiculous. It was mental. I wonder if the people I used to speak to still go to that college, because I honestly feel bad for them if they still do. It was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. Mike, accept my phone request. Okie dokie. I know. Look how much work we've got done in this time I've been talking. How long have we been going? 48 minutes, and I've got this box done. Oh my god, it is ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I'll accept you. As I get more used to it, I'll definitely get quicker. Hopefully, when I'm streaming, it's just talking and stuff is too difficult. Mike's a rooster. I don't know why this is the first thing that popped up. Yeah. Indeed. Rightio. I always do 3Ds. I don't know why. No, it's 3Es, not intentionally. Let's have a look. Where are we? I don't know. Pending. Oh? How do I get the friend request? Is it on here? Could you tell me? I don't really know where your friend request is. I don't know. Where would it be? Right. Oh goodness, no, we can't have that. Right. Yeah. Do you know what? You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to send me another friend request. I think. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait, where are you? So if I click this and click like, add, view profile. Yes, there we go. Right. Okay. Done. I'm the clown of my class. I'm pretty popular too. I was never popular. I didn't like being popular. I like to just be on my own. Oi oi, swearing, JK, you can't if you want. Oh my goodness, the amount of messages you're sending is actually absurd. There's nothing wrong with that, but I can't read them all. My whole life would spend just looking at your messages. What are you doing? Hi, hello. Right, I'm not going to message you because I got to do this, but I'm just going to quit Discord temporarily. But anyway, where are we at? So let's sort this out, shall we? Because we're going to be here all night. Cab metal grey. What is this? Do you know? Is there a name for this? Because I want to name it appropriately. I don't actually know what it is. I'll just say I don't know, display board, code display board or something. Cab. Oh crap! Oh goodness! I've never gone down there before. Cab. Code display board. I don't know. Oh goodness. I'll just put code display metal. That's fine. Yeah, that'll do. Right. So if we go into rendered view, check that that's working. This is meant to be like properly done here, but I haven't. Yeah, do you know, that's alright. That'll do for now. Yep, that's fine. Let's move this back for now so we don't get lost. Take a moment to load. Let's see, how much performance is that using when I do that? Oh crap, we're using a lot. Relive is using 76% of my GPU. Wow, that's incredible. I didn't even know it used GPU. Wow, I actually am amazed by that. Anyway, that's fine. It's a little bit low actually. I think that could go up a bit. Actually, hold on, let me just check, is that... Yeah, that's got to go up. Don't want to select something I don't want. Let's just... Right, and let's move this up a little bit. Yeah, I think... Yeah, that looks about right. I think that's good. You can see what we're trying to do here, just in case you've forgotten. I'd be amazed if you forgot. Oh, actually, just thought about something. I really should... What are these here for? Oh, that... Yeah. Alright, okay, that's fine. You can wrap that again. Okay, what are you saying? I really wish I had that game. What game? What, the game I'm making, or what? I imagine you. If I gave you some random number B pounds, would you give me Train Sim World? Hilarious. Deary me. Sent you one, Shane. What did you send him? Oh, your friend request. Oh, okay. I'm surprised anybody's watching this, to be honest. Your lives are being wasted. You could be doing so many things. Think about how many things you could be doing right now. You could be making your own trains. Or learning to make your own trains. Maybe this is teaching you. I don't think I'm teaching you a lot, to be honest. Right, so the next thing we're going to work on is these little buttons. So let's set up some little buttons, shall we? These are going to need some modifiers as well, so I'm happy to leave them in this sort of category. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry. Basically, everything that you can see that has a vertex, like visible right now. So you see these black lines. Like if I wasn't in that view, you wouldn't be able to see them. But you see how we've got these black lines. That means all of these are having the same modifier. So if I was to turn this off, everything becomes a big blocky pile of mess, right? So that's why I'm saying I want to leave this here, because if I didn't, what would happen is I would have to do more work, basically, and that would be sad. So right now, the performance loss is okay. That probably made no sense, but basically, yeah. Stuff, words, things. But yeah, don't forget, we still have those windows to do, but I'm sort of trying to clear my mind for a bit. Just do some easy stuff for now, while I don't have to worry about those windows. Because I think the windows will be the very last thing I do, because they are going to be such a pain to do, that I'm definitely not going to stream that, because it will just be me shouting my head off. Okay, maybe not, but I'll be pretty frustrated, because it is a disaster. I really should have done that before I rotated it. That was a mistake. Imagine if that was perfect first try. Oh, no way. I think the sizing on that is almost perfect. Oh, wow. I got so lucky there. That is pretty much exactly how I wanted it. However, I still think that I could do with moving that down. No, that's okay. I'd say that's alright. Yeah, that's alright. I love how you can hear the people in the background shouting. It's pretty hilarious, right? Oh, goodness. I don't know. I'm just nervous to add things to this train. I spend a lot of time just thinking about what I'm going to do next before I do it. Just because I know what could happen in the future if I do it wrong, you know? You'll understand if you do modelling. It's pretty scary stuff. So that's actually quite steep there. So I'm actually going to extrude that and scale it. Maybe a little bit up. And sort of do that. So that's okay there, the way it is. Again, you can see what we're doing. This little thing here. That's what we're trying to make. You can play along too! And model this. No, maybe not. Maybe don't do that. That probably... Trying to model this train in the way I'm doing it would be the biggest mistake you could make. How high is that off the ground? Have I deleted the bottom face? Yes, I have. Okay. That would be a mistake. Yeah, that's alright. You're probably wondering what I'm doing. I always think the same thing. I'd say this needs to go in a bit, and that way. And then this needs to go up. Oh, that looks too high now. Is it? I don't know. Ah, damn it. I don't know. I can never decide. Alright, let's select all these, because it doesn't look right. Oh no, I'm going to select some bad things. Should we go down a little bit? Yeah, let's go down a little bit. Come on, down we go. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, totally. If I find the time. If I ever get this done and I haven't pulled my hair out, then yeah, I'll speak to you later. I'll make it sound like this is some sort of like physical task. I'm like, we could do it. But it's mentally tiring. It's not physically tiring. Damn it. That doesn't look right. Does it look right? Come on, guys. Does this look right? Doesn't look right, does it? This is what I do all the time. This is why I never get anything done. Because it doesn't look right in my mind. I should just like be done with it and be like, yeah, that's done. That's perfect, you know? But it never is. My brain's like, no, it's not done. You got to keep going, mate. You got to do it again and again until you're eventually happy. And that's going to be never right. Do you know what that'll do? Oh, yeah, of course, it doesn't look right. Yeah, if that's what you're wondering, like that doesn't look good. That's because I haven't done stuff yet. There you go. Is that good? Debatably. That's debatably good. I mean, that needs to be smooth for starters. Did I just click it? Oh no, wait, it's not selected. There you go. Yeah, that looks alright. I'm happy with that. Again, it's not exactly like the original, but nothing is, so... Look at the image to be more accurate. Oh no, I've got it over here on the right screen. You just can't see it. There's two monitors here. I've also got your messages here as well, so... Don't worry, I'm definitely looking at it. Don't you worry. But it's not all about being accurate at the end of the day. It's about performance as well. And if it's not... Like, you see how I've added a lot of lines here? This might potentially need to go down to a 0. You see, because that doesn't look too bad, does it? Like, keep in mind you would never look at it this close, so... That needs to go up here. That needs to scale out without Z-axis. There we go. That's a bit better. Well, it would have been better if I flippin' did it along the whole thing. Imbecile. Alright, let's just select all this. I'm sort of wishing I did this on a separate layer now. Right, let's scale that all out. Ooh, that's gone wibbly. Oh no, that's fine. It's just this vertice here. Something under here doesn't look right. What is it? Which one of you is bad? That's gone in. How does that... Alright, something isn't right here. Right, this needs to be straightened up. That's probably what the issue is. See, this is just the best bit, right? When you have to, like, get your head inside the model just to be able to do anything. That's the best. Oh, now that looks horrendous. What have I done? Do you know what? That'll do. I don't know why the left side looks fine, but the right doesn't. Right, we're moving this to a separate layer. That's it. It's done it now. We're going to delete all this side. It just doesn't look good on that side. And then let's... Ooh, this isn't going to work, is it? That needs to go over... Yeah, this needs to go over here. This is going to look stupid when I'm doing this, but hold on. Bear with me. This needs to be mirrored. It's going to be clipping... Right. And apply the mirror. That's fine. Subdivide that. There we go. That looks better, right? You don't have to tell me it's better, because I just hope it is, and I can't bother to change it anymore. So it gets to a point where you just sort of have to stop. Otherwise I could be here all day. Right, now the fun part, once again, is the UV unwrapping phase. Also, there's little plates here, like plaques of information. I can't read them. Like, look at the quality of them. Now I could potentially add a separate model to do that, but I could also just set that as a texture. Yeah, see what I'm thinking here is I could actually separate this whole piece off. Right. And this piece. Wait, whereabouts does that go? Yeah, that'll probably be okay. And then the rest will just have to be a regular UV unwrap. What am I making after the 1972 stock? Well, nothing. Well, right now I'm not focused on doing anything else. I just want to get this working, and because basically I don't want to just focus on the train. I want to focus on getting the scenery looking good as well. So, and obviously getting the train system actually working properly. Because right now I can only use one spline, and I need to make it so that it sort of splits them up a bit, so that I can not have to worry about wrecking one single spline and wrecking the whole thing. That's too high. Why did nobody tell me? Of course, this is my job. How dare you all not tell me how to model correctly? Jeez, you're so nasty. Right. Do we want to keep the back of this? Yeah, we want to keep the back of that. So, that'll do. Put that there. That's weird. Yes, boys. Singing in the background. See, wait, why have I not got my music playing? What's going on? No wonder I'm not modelling correctly. Jeez. Duh. You know, music makes the model. That's a nice UV, isn't it? That looks horrific. That's a bit better. But that needs to be there. Okay, well, they're both upside down. That's nice. It's definitely not going to cause any issues. Alright, I'll see you later, Shay. Shay Mac. Yeah, have a good one. I'll see you soon. Hopefully, I'll still be here making things. Probably. Well, I will be, whether or not I'm streaming it, who knows. How does that look amongst everything else? Oh, just about not overlapping. Wow, the fact that that worked is incredible. Is this really far under the ground? Oh, it is. Ah. See that? That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? That needs to go up. Alright, that'll do. I'm ready to get some more water. Talking's too tiring. Nah. That's fine. Now we have to UV unwrap it. Well, this time that's still upside down. Well, that's fun. Do you know what? That's fine. We're actually going to just add a separate model. We'll add that later. Yeah, that's probably got to be that. How's that look? Dun, 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 dun. What have they got? I'm amazed anybody's watching this. Not exactly the most riveting stuff. I must admit, Blender's not exactly the most exciting piece of software. Do you know what? It would have been way cooler if I used the new Blender 2.8, but I'm a bit scared about using that when I'm currently in the middle of making a project, because it might mess everything up. Olo. Oh lol. Right, that'll do for now. I keep saying that and I go back to it. Is this... Oh, it's on 0. Ooh, that was dodgy. I might have forgotten about that and been very sad. But we'll add the plaques later on. Why? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. The music doesn't continue playing. Right, okay, this is interesting. Can I not just play from a set of music? Like, if I have a folder of music, for instance, which I do, I can't just play all this. Is that not possible? That's quite irritating, really. Right, let's choose one. What have we got? Oh no, that's the thing I use. I hate that song now. No offense to the person who made it. It's just I'm sick of it because I've heard it so many times in my game. Because this is all like copyright-free stuff, so I'm okay to use it. We'll use this. This is interesting. I believe they're copyright-free. As far as I know. If they're not, well, goodbye channel. Right. I don't think I really want to do the buttons yet. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll look into doing some buttons. So we'll create a new. Right, now this is going to be a bit controversial. What I'm going to do here, but we're going to call this something. Don't look at the name of it. All right, it's gone down the list. Don't look at it. All right, because this is the bit where you will cry. Okay, now I probably shouldn't show you that because otherwise you'll be sad. You'll be like, why? Why? Because I am a human being. That's why. And I don't have. Did you know? I only live for like a set amount of time, right? And that's the sad thing. Which means that unfortunately, I can't spend the rest of my life making buttons. I would love to, honestly. I wouldn't mind making. Why have I made that a square? Idiot. I mean, I could have made I know I could have made a circle out of a square, but ooh, how many vertices? This is scary. Right. So, how many buttons are we gonna have? Yeah, I don't want the same song to play over and over again, though. Is it that one? Yeah, I guess so. We'll give that one a go. After this one, I might choose something more neutral so that it doesn't sort of. Oh god, has Blender crashed? No, 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 no! Please! Oh, thank God! Wait, whoa! What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh god! I literally panicked for a second there. I had the vertice like thing selected, and I thought that it crashed because I couldn't look around. Oh, that scared me so much. Wow, I actually almost cried. Alright, let's just save this, shall we? Yeah, that'll be a sensible thing to do. Alright, let's have a look. Where are we at? Alright, so let's go for 16, because I know these buttons don't need to be too detailed. They're going to be, buttons. not, alright, they're going to be useless buttons, basically. Because, well, they might not be. These two might not be useless, we'll see. But I'm only going to model, well, I'm going to model all the buttons, but they're not all going to do anything. So like so far, actually, I've got a sticky note. Yeah, I've got my video notes here. Just don't look at that. I'll just put that over there. Basically, I've got all the things that I know that I definitely want to do, and you can suggest things as we go, maybe. But you should shut down Discord so I can't spam you. Oh, it's only on my phone. Hold on, let me. Oh god, I put my phone on silent. Yeah, there we go. Spam. Oh my god, honestly. Unbelievable. Right, but anyway, basically, this is the list of things I know I'm definitely going to do. We may add more in the future, but any other buttons that I see that I don't know what they do are pretty much going to be, like the name suggests, useless buttons. So, that's going to be smooth, just so I don't, so I know what it's going to look like. Right, and let me drag that. Oh. Drag that back over and hide that. I'm sure you're not very interested in what I'm planning on doing in the future. But I'm not too sure what I'm doing. Can you have a go at the map? But there is no... There's not a lot of map to see at the moment because the map is... It will sort of build itself once I've got the train done. Because that's going to be the hardest thing to do. No, sorry. That's going to be the easiest thing to do. The train's the hard bit. The stations are easy. Oh, it's so much easier to make stations. It's incredible. Like, I could make a full station in, 2 days. Whereas this train has taken me, well, it's actually taken me, half a year. But I haven't been constantly developing it, so... Only recently have I got, a fair bit done. Do you want to see I'll just show you what the train used to look like. This is probably what it looked like I don't know, before I started working on it recently. So where are we? So that's what it last looked like when I last worked on it. So you can see it's come a fair way since then, obviously to this, but still got a lot to do. You don't have to worry about playing copyrighted music. Why? Yeah, I don't get monetization anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'd rather not play copyright music anyway. It's not worth the risk. I usually do listen to copyright music, obviously, but not on videos, because that would be dodgy. That would be the sadness. How loud is the music? It might be really loud. I might check. Oh god. Do you know what? The amount of messages that are loaded is actually making my computer like sort of... It's not lagging, but the messages are so slow to scroll for you. This, oh what? The music's shite. Well, that's not very nice. I chose this music. I actually really like this song. I think it's really good. I wouldn't play it if I thought it was terrible. Alright, come on then, Mr. Smarty Pants. Let's have a look then. What have we got? You've got all this music to choose from. You didn't hear a car crash, no. I'm fairly sure. Sad day. Ooh. No, okay, alright. Hold on, let me pick something decent. Shh. Alright. Shh. Perfect. Oh dear, absolutely perfect. Get a second GPU, yeah, as if. Good luck with that. If I had the money, maybe, but... What the hell is that? Quahum. Oh, this is alright. I think this is alright. If you don't think this is alright, well, screw you. I think this is okay. It keeps asking me to review your messages. Oh god. You need to write nice things so it doesn't ask me. Right. Where are we at? This button, maybe a bit bigger. See, this is slightly slanted, so I think I'll make the button slanted. This is going to be so fun to animate. I'm not even being sarcastic. I think that this should be quite fun. That's alright, that's not... I think this could do with subdivision. Ooh. That's where the performance is going to go. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Buttons don't need subdivisions, in my opinion. Yeah. It's your messages, Jacob. It keeps saying, like, this message is held for review. This message is held for review. This message is... They're all held for review. Oh, copyright shite. Yeah. I agree. Oh, thank you. It is a decent song, actually. I didn't make it, obviously. I'm no good at music. I've never even tried to make music, but if I did, it would be disastrous. Oh, this is going to be a shiny metal. Let's label it appropriately. Shiny metal. Wow. Such an advanced name. Only the smartest of people can come up with things like that, you know. Right, metallic. That is so shiny, it's ridiculous. This is a preview, by the way. It's not actually what it'll look like. Well, it will if it was rendered, but I'm not rendering it, so... this needs to be... I don't know, 0.2... Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. Also, this needs to be unwrapped, because otherwise that won't work. I don't know why I have this pane open the whole time. I'll sort of hide it a bit. Whoops. just so I know it's definitely working. Shift X, place it down there. That button looks too small now. Oh man. Alright, this needs to be bigger then. Is that slanted? It is. That's fine. Oh, it looks too big now. Oh well, it's alright. It'll do. It's only going to be a scenery object anyway. It's not actually going to do anything. It's just going to sort of be there for the sake of it. Just like all the buttons in Chainsmith. But at least some of mine will work. Unlike Chainsmith's. Alright, I'll see you later, Chainsmith. Can me and Toasty be moderator on your live streams? I'll look into it. I'm not actually sure how to do that right now. Once worked it out, I'll look into it. That button is massive. Alright, let's just scale that down a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is a red button. And that means we need to make it look better. About there? Yeah. And that's going to be the shiny metal button. Red button. That's got to be assigned to that. Red, let's get a nice bright red. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I love how I say the complete opposite. It was actually bad, to be fair, though. That's got to be... Oh, see, I don't know if that button's actually metal or not. Is that button metal? Right, guys. Is this metal? That's not metal, is it? That's got to be plastic, right? I assume the red bit of the button's plastic. Alright, we're gonna... Because the problem is, if you choose metal, it sort of looks funny. So, you see how that looks right now? That looks pretty good to me. So, yeah, that's good. So if we look at this in material view... There you go. So you see what I'm going for, right? And I know the colouring, like how it looks really dark and it should be shiny, it's just the way Blender sort of previews it. It's not actually going to look like that. Though in the engine, I'm going to have to redo all the materials anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, like I'm sort of just leaving these as placeholders. And so I can do like, you know, fake renders. Fake renders? You know, like renders so I can show off where we've got. That button looks a little bit small, but you know what, that'll do. That's fine. Oh, Jacob, I'm an idiot. Okay. See what I've done here as being an idiot. This metal is like a sort of casing. It's a metal surround. Yeah, you see? These oversights are easy because you're sort of just looking at it, but if you think about it logically, this is not supposed to be one piece. So that's got to be an entirely red button. And the surrounding part is going to be bigger. So... Okay. So if I just, I don't know, duplicate that. Make it bigger. Inset it. To how far? Bob the Builder knows. And then extrude it down. Yes, I love the way Blender does that. Thank you. That's so useful. If you like extrude things at an angle, it does it in such a way that it just like follows the angle of it. Oh, it's so smart. The people who made Blender are so smart. It's incredible. That's a bit big. That's good. I'm happy with that. So now... Oh, wait, no, I didn't even need to do that because this... Oh no, because this button might be pressable. We'll see. I'm not too sure yet. So that's got to be smooth, lovely. But that's fine. It's a little bit too low, so that could all go up a little bit. Okay. Actually, maybe that would look cooler if it was slightly above it. I don't want to offset it, because otherwise that'll be sad. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. That's a big red button, but it's for scary things. It's probably scary. Yeah, it is. It's a metal surrounding. I'm an idiot. See, this is why I shouldn't be modelling. Why don't you guys do it? I'm bad. Anyway. What have we got? So we got two little spiky things here. I didn't actually think much of them when I first did it. Also, I want to add the screws, because the screws are vital. Right, I'm actually going to steal the screws from here. So let's get this screw. I know, it's ridiculous the amount of detail that's on this. It's unbelievable. Like, you're only going to ever see it like this close, and yet it's got a normal map and everything. And it's got like an actual texture to it, which is probably a bad thing, because that shouldn't be that detailed. But anyway, right, so we'll take this, we'll separate it. We'll just call this screw for now, just while we transport it carefully over to here. You probably can't even see the screw. It's that small. I'm going to scale it up a bit, because it's too small. That's a tripcock reset, is it? Well, we're not going to be using the tripcock, so that probably will go unused anyway. This song, I've just noticed, actually is quite good, because it sort of loops on itself without me even realising. Now, we don't want these to be subdivided, so we're just going to call these screws. Yeah, because we don't want to subdivide them. That would be really bad for performance, because right now we're at 115,000 vertices, and it's not bad, but when we've got 7 other pieces, like units, that's going to be a bit dodgy. So it should be usable in case you spad. You see, I don't think I'm going to simulate the tripcock. Well, it depends, right? So, you know how in the S-Dock you have the, like that whole tripcock turny thing? It sort of, that works, but with these, maybe if you spad, you just sort of, it will, yeah, so if you literally just have to push a button to reset it, that's easy to program. Fair enough. But if it's going to be like a whole extra thing that I'm not aware of yet, that could be a bit annoying. To remote action. Activate it for the first one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, is that okay? Are they about right? No, of course they're not. I think the screws are about the right size though, so I'm happy with that. However, that needs to rotate, because, you know, the details, you know. Ah, rotating this is going to be a pain, isn't it? I know it is, because I've angled it. There's a lesson to be learnt here, in case you weren't aware. Right, so that's good. Screws, they're going to go up here as well. Shift X. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect actually. I'm happy with that. See, that's about as far how far we're going to go into the detail of things. We're not going to add a lot more to that. Obviously, it won't look this plain once it's in the engine. The lighting's not doing it justice here, but I think it just released the emergency brake. You see, this is getting confusing now, because the problem is if I implement things that I'm not really sure how they work, that's going to like annoy people. So I'm going to have to be careful what I do and don't implement, because if I don't know how something works, it's probably better just to not implement it at all. So we'll see. I'm obviously not animating it yet, but once we get to it, I'll have to, like, we'll have to think carefully about exactly what is going to work and what isn't, and how that would work in terms of visual scripting. because certain things just won't really be possible based on my knowledge, because I'm not exactly the world's best visual scripter. So yeah, we're gonna take some of these, move it up. Oh man. Alright, that's fine. Whoops. What is this? This needs to come back here. I don't know why I've got this open still. We're not using it right now. Whereabouts are these going to go? They're quite big actually. Now these actually, like I've said actually a lot of times today, but you see how they've got the sort of cross pattern on them, and mine have like a Phillips head, sort of flat head one. So we're just going to ignore that fact and pretend that it's, because trust me, right, it's not worth it. To you it might seem worth it, but to me the amount of work that has to go into just making these screws is too much. Right, so that's about right size wise, I think. Shift D, X. Sure, I'm hitting the location of these things like spot on first try. That's not too bad either. Okay. And I imagine... Oh no, it doesn't. It only has screws at the bottom. That's interesting. I'm enjoying this a lot more now, knowing that I'm not doing those windows right now, but I will have to go back to them eventually, so I can't exactly escape it forever. But let's make a new save file. I do this every so often just in case like I don't like something and I want to get an old piece of geometry. Or in case I just mess something up absolutely hilariously. But it's never hilarious when I mess anything up, trust me. It's a very sad time. What's the other side looking like? Right, so the speedometer is a sad thing. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to leave the speedometer out for now, and I know that sounds ridiculous, and the brake pressure gauge is not going to work either. It will eventually, I promise you, once I work it out, I'll definitely implement it, but trust me, it's not as easy as it sounds. It sounds easy, but it's not. Unless, if you can think of an easy solution, like if you can just sort of explain how you think it should work, then I can sort of maybe work out whether that is possible within Blueprints, but basically the way this works is everything here is going to be a component of the train, the main shell, outer shell blueprint. So, and within components, you can't set their local location. Instead, you actually have to add a local offset. Now that doesn't sound massively bad, but when you can't move something to a specific local location, it means that, well, you can't, like, for instance, if I wanted to set the local rotation of the needle to be at a certain speed, I couldn't do that because it just doesn't work. So I'm going to have to look into a way of doing that, because right now that just doesn't work. Maybe that's just a thing with Blueprints. You might be able to add it in C++, but as I'm not using C++ for this project, it probably won't work. So, full cab ride on a 72 stock from Harry Wheelstone. Don't know if you've seen this. Oh, I've definitely seen it. I've seen every piece of footage you can get for the 1972 stock. Honestly, I love this train. It's the best train. There's a reason why I'm making it. What about this? Where are we? I'm going to start modelling off my own video in a minute, because I've got the screens next to each other and I keep looking at it thinking, oh, hold on, that looked different. But anyway, what have we got? Right, so we've got all the switches here. Let's start doing some switches, shall we? That should be fun. And then the ones that are going to be animated, we'll have to separate them and call them animated and stuff. So, right. So what do the switches actually look like? Because I can't make out a lot from that. Like, I guess they sort of look like the ones from from London Underground Simulator, but I honestly don't know. So we'll see. Right, we'll set out the little sort of cubby hole for them. Let's see. This is what I'm looking at. So whereabouts? So actually, I'm going to add these pillars in first, so we know where things should be. No, we won't. We'll add them in afterwards. I love contradicting myself. It's so fun. Actually, let me. Damn it. Right, let's have a look. Let's separate this. We don't want this to be part of useless buttons. Actually, we'll just call this buttons from now. Buttons. Because we don't know what we're doing with each one. You know a lot. Wow, thank you. I mean, it just takes time. Practice, learning, boredom, stress, you know, all that fun stuff. I don't know what I'd do without hotkeys on this game. In this game, it's not a game. I wish this was a game, but it's ridiculous. Like the amount of key combinations you have to know. Like for instance, one of them to like, I don't know. Say you wanted to set the origin of this mesh. If I press Shift, Control, Alt, C, then that brings up this here that says, oh, geometry, or origin to 3D cursor, or origin to geometry. Like, who came up with that button combination? It's ridiculous. Honestly. I don't use that a lot, luckily, because I don't like to change the origin of things. Because that messes things up, and we'll be sad then. The hole in the shape, what do you mean? Oh, no, this actually, this protrudes. Well, no, right, listen. Let's pretend it protrudes, right? Because that's what you've got to do in modelling. Because what you can do... now, I haven't done a lot with this, because generally I don't like to use it. But you can create something called a boolean. Where is it? Boolean, right? And then if we set the boolean to be on this object, and then we carve. Oh wait, wrong way around. Whoopsie. Let's just save this quickly. First, add a boolean here, and then set the object to be that. Then I can carve it. Right, and then what you can see here is if I like move that down, that does not look good, does it? What about this? What about this? Oh god, no! See, this is why you don't try things in Blender, okay? That does not look right. Okay, well basically there is a Boolean system, and I know about it, but I don't actually know how to use it because I've never used it before. I don't think it's a very good system, because basically it sort of permanently damages the rest of the model, and I don't like that. So... just reading it for us. How are you going to create the hole in the shape? We're not going to. Fun fact: the four buttons in the four buttons in a line are those for a saloon lighting and ventilation control. The bottom one is the OPO radio alarm reset. Read. What? The message. Okay. But anyway, point is that we're going to leave this sort of... We're not going to actually carve into our geometry. I don't like to do that. You can do... Right, so don't get me wrong. You could, right? You could inset here and then sort of scale it in horrible ways and then just like move it down and then you could like bevel it and... But it's not worth it. Because it will absolutely destroy everything known to man. And not only that, but... From what I can tell, You see, it would only be going down slightly, and there is actually a ridge on these metal casings, so that means I can use that to my advantage to sort of pretend that they're going into the objects, but instead they're just going under the carving, no, into the little inset thing, the casing. Anyway, right, let's just try and work out how big this should be. Honestly, I can't tell from, like, the scale is really hard to sort of look at. About there. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, and I think this is going to have a texture on it as well. Let's rotate that along the old XZ axis. Lovely muckjubbly. Well, hey, that's exactly what we're looking for, right? That's perfect. Does that not impress you? Oh dear. Right. I hate how it keeps telling me to, like, I might change that chat thing so it doesn't keep hiding messages. Oops, already done that one. And then probably want to make it go up a bit. Well, actually, we could cheat a little bit and make this crease that. No. We won't do that. That looks terrible. Right, perfect. So now we've got a nice clean edge to it. Could add one along there. Oh god, the performance is eating up. We've gone up by 1,000 vertices just adding that, but it sort of needs to be that smooth in my opinion. This doesn't look right. Oops. I keep hitting the H key. Because my microphone's covering my keyboard, and if I'm not typing regularly, I can't just press all the keys perfectly. That needs to be smooth. Alright, lovely. It's looking snazzy indeed. What are we thinking? Is that good? As the casing? I can still, like, manipulate this if I wanted to. I could make it smaller, but it sort of warps it a little bit once you've already added all these lines and these edges. No, it should be rectangular. Was that because I was joking about it being round? Is that what? I was being sarcastic, obviously. I wasn't going to leave it round. That would have looked hilarious. Nah, that looks about right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. If we're looking at what we're trying to make here. Now, just ignore the colouring. I know it doesn't look right. It's because I'm not doing it in rendered view. Also, I do think that could go in a little bit. So we scale without... Oh, that could dodge things up. Alright, let's not dodge things up, shall we? That's alright. We're happy with that. Don't have the rest of the world. That took you a lot of time to build a motor car of... did it? You must be very tired by now. Well, I mean, I haven't done it all in one sitting, obviously. But, I spent 8 months sitting here in this chair. But no, yeah, it did take a long time, definitely. Modelling does take a long time. As you can see here, it's taken me almost 2 hours to get to literally add this here. Okay, not that. This little thing here, these screws, that screw's gone wibbly. Is that flowing? No, hold on. Hold on, let's just check things a moment. That's okay. That screw's a little bit off, that's bugging me like mad. Perfect. Oh god. I don't know why I'm streaming this. People are just gonna like get annoyed at how much time I'm wasting just doing these little things. But also, I know this looks a little bit like strange where it's been placed, but that's how it kind of looks in the actual thing. I'll move it right a little bit, but it just, and it's sort of offset on the actual picture. So anyway, right. Also, I think these screws could be a little bit too big, but it adds a bit of detail. It's sort of, you know, you can't miss them then, because there isn't going to be a massive amount of detail in this train. So. I actually like this song quite nice. It sort of loops back on itself really well, to the point where I don't even notice it. Right, so now we're going to add a plane. Okay, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. Here comes the aeroplane! Dearie me. Is that what people did? Did your parents do that? Mine did. Well, my mum did anyway. Otherwise I wouldn't eat my vegetables, and then I was a bad boy. Oh dear. Oh goodness gracious. It doesn't take much to mess things up. Like, if I just press one of these keys, things just go all over the place. It's ridiculous. Alright. Are you bored yet? Is everybody bored yet? Have you all left? No, why are the people still watching? God, you people have like... you almost have as much motivation as me. I'm joking. I have barely any motivation. I very rarely have any motivation. It's ridiculous. I don't know how I got this far, to be honest. I can't see where that's going. Right, where are we? No. Let's not do that yet. Hold your horses there. Sat-nav. Forgot my sat-nav. Right, and then we're going to add a line here and a line here. Whoopsie daisy. And then scale this in. Who's that pulling on? Oh, yes, fine. Scale this in to about, I don't know, there. And then we're going to add 2 more lines. Looks about even. Okay, right. Oh yeah, and once I've done the drive unit or the motor car, whatever you want to call it, it'll be much quicker to get the passenger car done, because what I plan on doing is chopping the whole train in half, duplicating both sides, and it'll be easy. I'll have to do a bit of texture work, but it shouldn't be too hard. I say that, it's going to be like the hardest thing of all time, and I'm going to pull my hair out. But I think it'll be alright. Have to do really fine movements. You have to be gentle with the geometry, it gets sad otherwise. We don't want sad geometry now, do we? Okay, right. Now, these really don't want to stop division, because this is going to be way too expensive. So, let's split this off. See, this is... Why is this part of useless buttons? Oh, that needs to join that. Alright. Useless buttons. It is me, a useless buttons. I'm gonna keep saying that now, despite the fact that's like the most annoying thing for every train enthusiast is useless buttons. This is gonna be like extra useless buttons. No, these aren't buttons. These are. We'll just call it more cab detail. I understand the naming is horrible, but I don't care because it's not. Once I'm gonna combine all this at the end. Once the modifiers are all happy. I'm no good at explaining things. But basically, we don't want modifier. You know. That's a bit better. Right, so now we want... That definitely wants to be flat. Yeah. And that's going to be a shiny metal. Right. Now, one thing to be aware of is this UV is going to be an absolute disaster. So... Let's just get the old editor out here. UV editor. So we don't actually need these lines here. I don't know why I added these. Oh no, I used them as guides, didn't I? Of course. Whoops. Edges. Edge loops. Yeah, that's good. See, saving geometry. We're saving geometry. Yes, boys. I love saving geometry. Saving performance. I really need to go to the toilet. Isn't that fun to know? I bet you really wanted to know that, right? I always do this. I can't stop modelling. So like going to the toilet is low on my priority list. Getting the model done is way higher. Yep, that's all good. Sonny Jim. Sonny Jimmy, that is all good. I don't know what accents I sort of merged together there, but they were horrible. This is the most bland software I think you can watch. I'm surprised like anybody even uses this software. You know, I'm using it, so I guess that makes sense. It's probably the best free software out there, but it's still so annoying at times. Right, anyway, let's see how this looks. Fantastic! What is that all about? What's going on there? Come on, own up. Who's messing with my geometry? Who's doing it? Ah, it's you. I knew it. I knew it. I could smell you a mile away. There we go. Lovely jubbly. I just wish Blend had told me that I did it wrong, you know? I wish it said, do you know what, mate? You're an idiot. Can you just sort yourself out and do it right? Oh yeah, fun fact. There's going to be Easter eggs down here. Do you want to see them? Look, Easter eggs down here in the text, because it's not going to say the proper stuff. Maybe it should. I don't know. Do you want it to say the proper stuff, or do you want it to be Easter eggs? Maybe I'll make it Easter eggs. I don't know. Right now it's an Easter egg, but I don't want you to read it because it's a bit silly. So I will change it probably. Also, that is not right. Okay. Well, what we've learnt from that is that we need to rotate it. That's what we learned from that. How far away can you get before it merges? Okay, about there, so maybe a little bit higher. Right, so now it doesn't merge. Okay. Also, all the windows should be interactable, so that would be good. Right, I've got to go to the toilet, so what can I put on the screen to entertain you? I don't know. I'll just show you some more. I'll just show you some more of me. Like, oh wait, has this got copyright music in it? And just mute it. Yeah. There you go. Here's some more of me doing it. Of me making the model from previously. Oh, well, I go to the toilet. Right. Anyway, yeah, I'll put an Easter egg down there. I'll make it interesting. I don't know what to make it. Give me some ideas. Actually, what would you like to see? Shall I fill it? Shall I fill it with everybody's names? Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Right. I'll be back in a minute. I'm actually gonna do that in a minute. I'll be right back. How do I mute my microphone? Oh, I don't know. I think I can just do it in this software. Hold on, give me a moment. And I need to get a drink as well. I don't know if that will turn it off. Do you know what? I'll just leave it. If somebody comes and like talks to my microphone, that would be funny. So we'll leave it in. Let's go. Right, I'll be right back. Right. Well, 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 here we are. Back at it again. With the white vans. Oh shit, he said it. Oh no, I'm joking. I'm sorry. Right. Where are we? Let's close this rubbish. We don't want to see the past. Yeah, copyright music. That's what I'm talking about. Okie dokie, where are we? Well, well, well. Hello, JH Train Spotter. JH or JH? Some people hate it when I say H. My brother and uncle, they absolutely hate it. They get so annoyed. It's hilarious. That's just what I grew up saying, and now I always say H. So, does the microphone sound horrific? Because I think it does. Hold on. Let me just find out for a moment. I'll just see. That's what I'm talking about. Okie dokie, where are we? Oh, it doesn't actually sound that bad. Okay. So, just to ask you, what tube stock will you be making after this one? Oh goodness, everybody asks me this. I hate this question. I honestly don't know. I probably, well, Right, well, first of all, basically one thing Toasty recommended is that I reskin this model and just like slap the old Victoria line name on it. But we'll see, because that sounds like the easiest option, which I will do, because don't forget that because obviously these trains were used on the Victoria line. I think they got phased out like 10 years ago. But basically, yeah, because obviously it's replaced by 2009 stock. So that should be easy to do, and then I'll include some more Victoria line stuff, because I really like the Victoria line, actually. And I like the unique sort of, you know how you've got like Seven Sisters and stuff? Those stations are really nice to me. I think that they're really good. And being able to go above ground there and see like the overground would be quite cool, so we'll look into that. But right now I just want to sort of get this done. I don't think I've spoken to anybody who hasn't recommended me like to make another train after this one, despite the fact this has taken me so long. So it's understandable. I get that you want more stuff, but so far this isn't even like ready. So once I got this done, we'll look into doing some more stuff. Where are we? I might have to end up moving this, but this looks okay position-wise for now. Oh, I'm an idiot. There are 3 gaps. I have made 4 gaps. Okay, well, there we go. Looks like this is going to be the bottom one now then. Let's just quietly move this down. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that, okay? Oh my god. I'm such an idiot. Wow, it's incredible. Oh no, it doesn't even look right anymore. It looks too like long. No, I do this all the time, man. I do this all the time. I hate it. Alright. We're just going to scale this outwards a little bit. Yeah, that looks alright, right? 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 Please tell me it looks okay. I think it looks okay. Now it does have some text on there. But I don't know what they say. Shall I make it up? Jacob, shall I make it up? Do you know what any of these, like, do you know what the text is for all of these? I don't know. Also, this is not this is gonna have to be like a grey now, because I don't really think I can do that. Right. Well, that's okay. We'll sort of sort this out. Sort this out. Right. So where are we? This is that not UV Unwrapped? Oh my gosh. Where have I been? Have I actually done anything today? I don't think I have. Whoa. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right, go back there. Yeah, we don't want to dip and replace it. I don't have to make it again. Okay. So, yeah, no, they are. So, right. We're going to have to make them up. Is that okay? So, we're going to say... Oh, this one's going to be like... I'm a bit scared though, because if I write it all down and then it ends up being something different and I find out later on, I will cry. But we're going to say like this is going to be like the saloon light left, right, or cab light, sorry, or I don't know what you call them, but and then passenger lights. Yeah, we'll make it up as we go. We'll label it last. That'll be the last thing we do, labeling. So then once we know all the buttons we've got in place, we can decide what's going to be what. Yeah, that's alright. That'll do. How high up? Oh, that's too high. I think that's okay as it is. Scale it a little bit. How wide? Yeah. Is that about right? What are we thinking? Well, actually, I think... Yeah, I'm happy with that, relatively happy. That'll do. So what we want to do is get this and just Shift D, Shift X, plop it in there. Yep. Drag it along, scale it. Yeah, that's alright. I'm happy with that. So that's fine, but we need to somehow lose one of the squares here. See, this is where it would have been really helpful to like actually go in a train and get loads of pictures, but I don't really know. I could email TFL and ask if there's a way of me doing that, but I know you can go to the Actum depot, but that's only every so often. So, and I don't really fancy spending the rest of my life making this train, so I'm sort of just going to wing it for now. And I don't think people will notice if all the buttons are completely wrong. See, if I can't find any pictures, then surely nobody will know, right? I think that's fair to say. But no, don't for the mo. The pics are all too low. Yeah, okay. We can all agree that we have no idea. Right, okay, well that's good. What day is it today? Friday, oh shit. I didn't know that, okay. I'm going to probably stream after dinner then. My brother's going away, so I can stream after dinner as well. If you're interested. You're probably not interested, but do you know what? I like imagining there's company there. Right now I have company and it's great. I really appreciate you guys being here. It's actually given me so much motivation, but go to Harrow and ask the drivers as the yeah, but I'm not that sort of person. I'm not very outgoing when it's like that sort of thing. And I'm a bit worried they would deny me, so like if anything, I will contact TFL and ask them if there's any way I can do it. Yeah, I'd go. No, I'll probably do Harrow Wealdstone because Queen's Park is usually a lot busier, but I'll look into it. But at the moment, I'll probably just guess. What are we gonna do about this? Wait. Idea. I have an idea, right? Are you ready for this absolutely revolutionary idea? Alright, you're not going to believe this. Okay. It is the greatest idea. Right, this idea is not far off genius, to be honest. I'm joking, of course it's not genius. Doesn't take much to know that I should have just done this all along. I think what it is my brain just likes to waste time. It gets like a kick out of me wasting time. So, way to go, brain, you win. Alright, there we go, lovely. Oh, you can't even see the bump. It's barely even noticeable. That was a waste. Alright, let's just get this. And get this. There we go. I'm happy with that. I want to be able to actually see the geometry I've spent time making, you know? Yeah. Shall I just start whistling really loud into the microphone? Some people do that, you know. It's a sad time. Okay, alright, so the buttons, levers, switches, you know, what you're going to call them. The top ones, I don't know what they're going to be. See, wherever the front light's going to be, where should they be? That's the thing. Because, right, so let's think about this. We've got a total, on this side here, right? On here, we've got a total of 7 lights, okay? No, for 7 switches. We have 2, 3. Oh yeah. So right. So what we've got is, if we look at the front of a train, sort of hard to see it, but why am I showing you this? I literally have a model of the train. Right. So we look here. We've got 3 lights here. These 2 are gonna the reverse lights. You know, the lights that are gonna be on the back of the train. I don't know what this one's for, to be honest. I've seen them in depots with just this light on, so I think this is just like a depot light. And you've obviously got these 2 lights, which are gonna be controlled by 1 switch. And then this light here, which again, I don't really know what that's for. I actually have no idea. I've never seen one on either on a train either. So I think that's just going to be redundant. We're going to leave that redundant. And we've obviously got destination blind here. You aren't going to be able to change that, unfortunately. So basically the front of the train, the way it's going to work is you're going to have a sort of menu that you can choose which direction you want to go. And if you want to go from, the game's going to be fairly limited right now, but you're going to be able to go from either Queen's Park, Harry and Wheelstone, and thingy-majiggy, Elephant and Castle. You can go from those 3 starting points to the other end, and then that will determine where the train spawns and the destination blind, because I think it'd be too hard to program that in manually. The PAX lights are the big buttons. What do you mean the PAX lights? What's a PAX light? The PAX lights? What is a PAX light? You mean like the big buttons? What, like these? I thought you said they were wait, big buttons? Oh, I'm confused, man. I thought this would be easy, you know? Because I was just going to make it all up and be like, yeah boys, we're done. But the 4 buttons in a line are those for saloon lighting and ventilation control. The bottom one is OPO radio alarm reset. Okay, so that's going to be redundant. Yeah, that's a fact. So we'll have 2 saloon lighting. So right now you can see we've actually got, oopsie. We've got 4 lights here, which is 1 light. And we have another 4 there. So, oopsie. Oh wow, everything's going weird. Let's just save, shall we? Passenger saloon. The 4 buttons in line, loads of line. The bottom one is OPO alarm. What do you mean the bottom one? What, this red one? I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't really matter right now. We'll sort it out later. But what we are going to do right now is sort out the... Yeah, we're actually going to add the buttons. Oh god, no, don't do that, don't do that. Frame rate, no! I knew it would crash. I literally knew it would crash. Alright, thank god we saved, you know? This is why you save all the time. Always save. Yeah, I know, right? I've been streaming for so long. I'm probably going to have to go for my dinner, actually. I need to go and get something because I'm quite hungry. We'll just add a button in for now. What's the matter with you? Doo-doo. So... Oh, the 4 big buttons you haven't modelled yet. Where are these 4 big buttons? Oh, these ones. Oh, you know, do you know what, right? I actually didn't see them. I've seen them, right? When I've looked at this image, I've seen it, but I haven't actually acknowledged they exist, which is actually quite hilarious, really. So it's the 4 big buttons that are the saloon lighting and the ventilation control. And then the other ones are like, ah, right, that makes sense. Okay, so they're like the front of the train lights and stuff. Okay, so this is going to be, these switches, how shall I design them? What are we thinking? Should we go for something like a rectangle? You know, the most cool of all shapes. I'm actually really struggling to see anything here. Hold on. Right, where are we? I think that screw. Do you think these screws should be smooth? I think they should, you know. I don't know. I think they should be smooth. Yeah, we'll go for smooth. What are we looking at? I'm actually enjoying modelling a lot more now I have people to talk to, because before, when you're just sitting there on your own for hours and hours, it gets a bit depressing. But I'm sure you guys will get bored eventually and I'll have to go back to talking to myself, but you know, at least for a little while this is interesting. What are you saying? Yeah, these buttons, 2 black, 2 red, metal surroundings. Yeah, metal surroundings are going to be fun, aren't they? I won't stream the exporting process though when I go to put it into the Unreal Engine, because that's going to be, I'm going to have to put a lot of focus into it and I don't want to mess anything up. Whereas right now, just modelling, if I make a mistake I can, you know, fix it. But I'm going to have to sort of export them first try. And if I mess anything up, I'll cry. I still have those windows to sort out, but I just don't want to think about that right now, because they actually really got on my nerves. It seems like such a small issue, but it's not. It is a massive issue. I'm considering just like leaving it the way it is, the way that it's not perfect, because it feels a bit like rude to not do it properly, but at the same time it's so difficult for me to get my head around that maybe I'll just have to leave it. Anyway, how's that? Is that okay for the sides of the button? I think it needs to go up here. I made a mini house. Do you like my house? It's nice, right? It's a very tall house. So they're all going to start in the off position. Where is that? So that's going to pivot in a funny place. So the way... Right, let's just sort of get an idea of what the bone's going to be like. No, don't. I can't see the arms, John. I keep pressing Shift Z, and that's the rendered view, and I don't think my computer can cope with it, because it uses my GPU, and the stream is running off the GPU. So that would be very sad. Right, I'll see you later, JH Trainspotter. I can't say your name properly. Where are we? Right, so how's this going to pivot? Do you know what? That's fine. It looks hilarious, but it will work. Right, so if we were to pose this, how would that rotate? Yeah, I mean, it's slightly off center, but right, okay. So that's gonna have to move up a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. I'm happy with that. Are we happy with that? Alright, I'll speak to you about your game. Yep. This is where the bodging happens. And we just make things that look crap. Bodging. That looks rubbish. Underneath. Oh, it's so bad. You can leave if you want to. Honestly. You don't have to stay here just to keep me company. Alright, how's that looking? See, if that was to rotate... Do you know what would be a really smart idea? Why don't I model this, you know, like, so I can see the model, and then do it properly? Isn't that such a clever idea? Oh, I want to redo it, man. I don't like it. Because that's, when that rotates, it's going to look funny. Right, okay. Okay, right. Bear with me, okay? Let me just try and make a decent one. Doesn't matter the scale at the moment, we'll just ignore the scale. Alright, let's just make it scale Z. So it's going to be pretty much a square, right? I want it to, like, oops, have a little bit of curvature to it, so it doesn't look hideous. That needs to go over there a bit. Right, and then... Okay, and then let's get a... Oh, I'm a bit worried about using a cylinder. Right, we'll go for how many sides? 8 sides? That'll probably do. We don't want to go... Honestly, this is the bit that's going to take the performance. We want to be super careful about what we do here. I know I keep saying about performance, but that is honestly the most important part about this whole thing. Oh, I'm already liking this way more. Oh, dear. I do apologise. Get rid of these faces, get rid of these faces. I don't think that's what we were looking for. It looks like a flipping padlock. Yeah, I mean... Shift X. Yeah, that's not bad. Thank you. I do apologise for the sneeze, it was a bit loud. I sneezed stupidly loud. Does that look good? I don't know, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Let's move it over. Let's move it on in. It is massive at the moment. It's probably the world's biggest button. Look at the size of that button. Wow. Switch, sorry, lever. I don't know. What do you want to call it? Alright, let's delete this rubbish. Jeez, what a pile of turd that is. Right, what is this? What is this called? Oh, that's called a cube. Oh, that's a good cube, that is. Let's call this button. No, levers. Switches. I don't know. Switches, yeah. Switches. Switches. Sandwiches. Switches. I'm hungry. It's causing me to say stupid things. So we're going to start it off rotated a bit. How big should the button be? That is big. I think I should scale it all round a little bit down, and then a little bit like that, squidge it a bit. I'm really scared that somebody who's really good at Blender is going to come into the stream and be like, "You're rubbish." And I wouldn't disagree with them, I'm not the best. This needs to be smooth. I think we could be a bit more generous with this. We're being a bit stingy. I think it's fair to say. Whoops. There we go. It looks a little bit nicer now, just a bit smoother. And what colour are these going to be? I think that's sort of white, aren't they? I don't know. I'd say they're probably white. We'll set them white. For now. Switch. Switch. Wow, I cannot type. Switch, right? White. There we go. Lovely. That thing looks like a lever to me. It does. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it looks okay now. Before it was hideous, but ooh, that's getting a bit close. Oh no, it's just because it's massively under the ground. How big should these levers be? I think that's a bit small. Yeah, that's alright. That'll do me. I want to rotate that more. The pivot point's obviously going to be straight in the center here for the bone, but yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. Right, let's UV unwrap this before I duplicate it. I've made that mistake too many times, because then you have to manually unwrap each one, and it's not fun. I promise you, it's not fun. So that's smooth, that's flat. That's smooth, that's flat. Okay. Alright, let's see how this looks, make sure it's looking okay. Yeah, boy, look at them. Nice. That's a circle. So this, kids, is a circle. Hello Shay Mac. You're back again. Back to see me do fun things. I'm still playing the same song. Hold on, let me get something different. I'm getting a bit sick of this. Still got Relive open. It's actually a folder called Relive. That's not confusing. Why am I looking in pictures for audio? That's a funny one. Instinct's not bad. Nah, it's too epic. No. Nah. Dubstep, yeah! No, it's not. I think Awaken was okay. That's what we just had, isn't it? Is that not what we just had? Hold on, let me just check. What did we just have? Wait, what was that? This is definitely what we just had, right? Stand. Oh no, we didn't have this. Okay. Alright, well that's fine. We'll just use this one then. Right, I'll see you tomorrow, JH Trainspotter. How many times have you said goodbye now? Honestly. Surprised, like, you struggle to stop watching this. This isn't exactly... Oh, hold on, I've just realized that definitely doesn't want to be on the outside. Hold on. There we go. Oh. That was not important, but it was important to me. In fact, alright, let's scale this out. Yeah, boy. That looks better in my opinion. Alright, lovely. It's basically looking like London Underground Simulator now. So, and that's not a bad thing. I think London Underground Simulator is quite a decent looking game. For its time anyway. But this is 2019, so... Oh yeah, I know. I used all these songs in Virtual Underground. Wow, it was called... Did you know the game used to be called Fort and Seek? I don't know if you knew that. Oh god, don't ask. It was a bit of a long story, but yeah. Well, basically, since I've got nothing else to talk about, I basically had this idea. Oh god, I've just remembered now why I'm... Right, so basically... I don't know if you guys remember, but basically there was a craze going on where people were building toilet paper forts, and now that for starters, you may already know that there's toilet paper in the. Also, this is one of these is a different color. Hold on. Switch. Black. Oops. Switch. But basically, right. I don't know what I'm saying because I'm trying to get this black. It's dark enough. These are going to be temporary. I just want to see what this looks like. I mean, that's not far off if you ask me. It's not close, no, but it's not far off. It's way too shiny, but again, it doesn't matter. It bothers me though, so I'm just going to change it. Shh, it's okay. We'll just change this. That is all. 2.4. Yeah, that'll do. Anyway, right, that's pretty shiny now, but specularity should go up a little bit. Right, talking's doing my throat in. Drink a bit of water. Yeah, I know, name gives it away, right? So, yeah, so basically what I was saying is, these, I can't remember what they were, these guys, they were known for doing it, and I watched that video and I was like, wow, that actually looks so fun, it's incredible. And obviously, me being, you know, who I am, of course I would never go out and do that. That would be just ridiculous. I'd be too scared to do that. So, basically, I made a game about building forts, but the game doesn't tell you that. It doesn't actually say, oh yeah, so basically the aim of the game is to build forts, because I'm a bit of a weirdo. And so it doesn't tell you that, because the idea of the game was just sort of to walk around, look at things, pick things up from people. There are no people, but if there were people, you know. Oh, actually, there is a person in my game now. Actually, I could show you. I don't know. I don't think any of you have seen this. I know that Toasty has, but I'll show you. Ooh, where is it? Fort and Seek. No, it's still called Virtual Underground even then, but the concept is still there. It's just now the game is different. Obviously, if you didn't know, Virtual Underground is actually just it's basically the same game as thingy, as what's it called? This is the same game as Fort and Seek. It's just now the game has changed focus. So, but basically, I have a person in it. This is me. In case you didn't know, it's a paper flat version of me, which isn't far off how skinny I actually am. There's me walking around. I also have one downstairs as well. Doors closing. Lift going down. Oh, that's so cringy. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, here we go. So, here I am again. I just realised how long of an elevator ride that is. That is ridiculous. Whose idea was that? It was mine, but it was still a terrible idea. Here I am walking around. I don't know why I did this. This is what the train looked like before. Well, this is what it still looks like in the game. But once I've got this sorted out, it should look much nicer. There's no collisions, so I had to add this sort of box underneath so you could walk on it. But the sound is pretty poor, but I'm going to have to make do for now until I can get a better recording. Get inside, go, but... And then it just takes you out of the tunnel into just like the underneath of my game. Pretty nasty. Yeah. Also, it can go infinite speed, so... Oh no, Steam VR, go away. Please don't. Please don't do this. Right, what have we got? So, what colour are these? This simulator looks awesome. I've used it before. You've actually played it? Ah. It's pretty bare bones still though, isn't it? But that's what this train's for. It's supposed to liven it up, and then once I've got that done, we'll get the stations done, get more overground stuff done. Not like London Overground, I just mean the above ground stuff. and we'll be all good and dandy. Alright, lovely. These are all going to have to be separate objects when they're done, once they're ready to go into the engine, but right now we'll just keep them together, so they're not filling up this list more than it already is. Also, one thing I learned recently is the door handle doesn't have to be separate. In fact, it can't be separate for this to work. So now the door handle will animate with the door. Now, the only thing is we're not going to be able to move the windows with the... Like, if a door is able to open, the window won't be able to move, basically. It's just sort of a limitation of what I can work out about the engine so far, so it might change in the future, but right now I don't know if there's a way of doing it. I love how I actually just, without even realising, I naturally swapped those buttons around. I didn't even notice I did that. That is incredible. Wow. I'm actually amazed at myself. But anyway, so that's looking okay. That might have to do me for now, because I'm getting pretty hungry. So, yeah, I'm going to go find out what we're having, and I might do another stream later, but we'll see. But I'm fairly happy with this progress. It's not bad. I definitely would have got it done quicker if I wasn't streaming, but at the same time I would have also been more bored if I wasn't streaming. So, yeah, it's nice to have people talk to. Okay. There we go. I'll leave this on YouTube for a little while. I might take it down. We'll see. It's not very professional, though. I prefer to keep my channel sort of to a certain level of professionalism. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this journey. We're not done yet. Don't you worry. But we're done with this stream. We'll start one maybe later or tomorrow. So yeah. Right. Hold on. I just got to finish my stream and then. We'll go and see what's happening for dinner. Okay, right. I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.